Keanu Reeves is more than just a Hollywood superstar. He's a man known for his humility, generosity, and selflessness. But on one particular flight, his kindness would lead to something truly unforgettable. It all started at an airport, where Keanu was quietly waiting to board his flight. Dressed in his signature casual black attire, he was relaxed, unassuming, just like any other traveler. As he glanced up from his ticket, he noticed someone walking toward the gate. But this wasn't just any passenger, it was a legend. The unmistakable presence of Clint Eastwood, the man behind some of the most iconic films in history, caught Keanu's attention. At 93 years old, Clint Eastwood carried with him decades of wisdom, experience, and a reputation as a Hollywood titan. But what most people didn't know was that Clint had booked an economy seat on this flight. A last-minute change in plans had left him with no choice but to fly in coach, a long, uncomfortable journey for a man of his age. And that's when Keanu Reeves did something that stunned everyone. As Keanu settled into his luxurious first-class seat, he noticed Clint standing near the economy section, looking around for his seat. The flight attendants were assisting him, but it was clear that the cramped space was going to be challenging for the aging star. Keanu didn't hesitate. Without saying a word, he stood up, walked over to Clint, and offered him his first-class seat. At first, Clint was caught off guard. "Son, I appreciate it, but you don't have to do that," he said, his iconic voice filled with gratitude. But Keanu smiled and replied, "You've given so much to the world. Let me do this for you." The entire first-class cabin watched in awe. Here was one of the biggest movie stars in the world, willingly giving up his seat without a second thought. The flight attendants were shocked, and even Clint seemed taken aback by the gesture. After some back and forth, Keanu insisted. Eventually, Clint accepted, shaking Keanu's hand with a respectful nod. And so, the Matrix star made his way toward economy, humbly taking a middle seat in the back of the plane, while Clint settled into first class. Little did they know, this was only the beginning of an even bigger story. The flight took off smoothly. The cabin lights dimmed, and passengers began to settle in for the journey ahead. Keanu sat quietly in economy, not drawing attention to himself. He didn't complain, didn't act inconvenienced. Instead, he engaged in small talk with the passengers around him, making them feel at ease. But then, something unexpected happened. About an hour into the flight, a sudden commotion broke out near the back of the plane. A passenger had collapsed in their seat, struggling to breathe. Panic spread quickly. Flight attendants rushed over, asking if there was a doctor on board. Passengers turned their heads, whispering, concerned. And then, Keanu Reeves jumped into action. Without hesitation, he got up and assisted the flight attendants. He knelt beside the distressed passenger, offering calm words of reassurance. While he wasn't a doctor, his presence and soothing demeanor helped keep the situation under control. At one point, Keanu even took off his jacket, rolling it up to place under the passenger's head, ensuring they were as comfortable as possible until medical help could be arranged. Meanwhile, Clint Eastwood had been watching everything from first class. He saw the way Keanu handled the situation, with grace, patience, and kindness. This wasn't just an act of charity. This was who Keanu Reeves truly was. Leaning back in his seat, Clint shook his head with a small smile. "That's a real man right there," he reportedly muttered under his breath. The medical emergency was eventually stabilized, and the flight attendants managed to get the passenger comfortable again. Thanks to Keanu's quick thinking, the situation had been de-escalated before it could turn into a full-blown crisis. After things had settled, one of the flight attendants approached Keanu and whispered, "Mr. Eastwood would like to speak with you." Keanu, humble as ever, walked back to first class, where Clint gestured for him to take the seat beside him. The two men, icons of Hollywood but polar opposites in personality, found themselves engaged in a deep conversation. They talked about life, about the importance of kindness, and about their journeys in the film industry. Clint shared stories about his early days in Hollywood, his struggles, his failures, and the lessons he learned. Keanu listened intently, absorbing the wisdom from the legendary actor. At one point, Clint leaned in and said something that stuck with Keanu forever. "The greatest roles we play aren't on the screen, but in real life. What you did today? That's the kind of character that truly matters." Keanu, deeply moved, nodded in agreement. Coming from Clint Eastwood, a man who had lived through generations of Hollywood, this meant more than words could express. As the flight landed, Keanu and Clint exchanged a firm handshake. They had come onto that plane as strangers, but they were leaving as friends. Passengers who had witnessed the entire event couldn't stop talking about it. Some took to social media, posting about Keanu's incredible generosity and his efforts to help the sick passenger. The internet quickly caught wind of the story. Headlines popped up everywhere. Keanu Reeves gives up first-class seat for Clint Eastwood, then shocks everyone. Fans flooded social media with praise. "Keanu is truly one of a kind," one user tweeted. Another wrote, "He's not just a movie star. He's a real-life hero." This isn't the first time Keanu Reeves has shown his kindness. He's been spotted giving up subway seats, donating millions to charity, and helping complete strangers in their time of need. In a world where fame often comes with ego, Keanu proves that real greatness lies in humility, in kindness, and in the way we treat those around us. So let me ask you, if you were in Keanu's position, would you have given up your seat? What does this story say about the kind of person he is? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible stories of kindness and humanity. Because at the end of the day, the true mark of greatness isn't how many movies we make or how much money we earn, it's the impact we have on others. And Keanu Reeves? Well, he's already a legend.